Okay, so I have to ask you something. You know that feeling when you're just, like, walking around and everything feels a bit brittle?
Brittle, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, like the lights are on, things are running, but everyone just seems so tired.
It's a very specific vibe, isn't it? We have this idea of what societal collapse is supposed to look like, like a movie.
Right. Explosions, riots, total chaos. I'm expecting this huge bang.
Exactly.
But I've been going through this research on what it calls America's structural integrity, and its main argument is really messing with me. It says we've got it all wrong. Collapse isn't loud.
It's quiet.
It's a withdrawal.
That's the core thesis. The source calls it quiet depletion. The whole idea is that our major institutions, law, politics, even medicine, they aren't breaking because they're under attack.
So it's not some outside enemy.
No, they're hollowing out because we are, one by one, quietly unplugging from them.
That almost feels harder to deal with. The research uses this phrase, participation density.
It sounds super technical, I know.
It does, but it actually, it explains why things feel so weird right now.
It's a great metric. Think of it this way. A system doesn't run because everyone loves it. It runs because enough people, agree to carry it.
We provide the fuel, the belief, the labor.
We provide the compliance. And when that fuel level drops, you start getting what the source calls hollow structures.
Like a zombie institution.
In a way, yeah. The meetings still happen, the memos go out, but there's no actual internal life. Nobody really believes in the mission anymore.
And the research put numbers on this, which I found terrifying. It says if 10 or 15% of people withdraw, the system's fine. It just writes them off as fringe.
But then you get to 20, 25%.
And that's the stress test.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the system starts to strain. Enforcement ramps up, it gets more aggressive, starts to stigmatize people.
Senses it's losing its grip.
And then comes the danger zone.
Yeah.
30 to 40%. At that point, legitimacy just fractures. But the wildest part is what it says happens after 40%.
Oh, this part, yeah.
Coordination breaks down. But the system keeps going on. Residual momentum.
That phrase keeps me up at night. Residual momentum. It's like Wile E. Coyote running right off the cliff. His legs are still spinning.
But there is nothing under him. The machine just hasn't realized it's dead yet.
So wait, if the system is basically a zombie, then why is everything so loud?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
If everyone is quietly quitting, why does everything feel like a screaming match?
Right, that's the paradox. The source argues that stability requires volume only when that stability is already failing.
What do you mean?
A truly stable system is quiet. You don't have to scream at people to follow rules that they believe in that make sense to them.
So all the screaming, it's just a symptom.
It's a panic signal. When an institution starts shouting about moral urgency, demanding unity, getting really aggressive, it's not a sign of strength. It's compensating for a lack of belief with just noise and pressure.
That makes a scary amount of sense. It makes you wonder then, how did they get people to buy in the first place? How was the crowd even built?
This is where the historical analysis gets really interesting. The source basically argues that majorities aren't natural.
They don't just happen.
No, you have to engineer them. You have to bundle people together.
Engineer them how?
Well, historically, the paper makes the case that for a long time, racial engineering was the glue. It discusses using whiteness as a kind of attachment strategy to bundle just enough people to hold power.
And that glue is failing now.
It's losing its hold. So the system pivoted to bundling people around, say, ideology or moral panics. But that's failing too. And here's the kicker. You can't persuade these people to come back.
You can't just talk them back into the fold.
You can't. The source says persuasion is dead because it assumes everyone is still playing the same game. You can't use shame or fear on someone who has already, unsigned the social contract.
They've left the building.
They are in the parking lot driving home. It's pointless.
Wow. That is incredibly bleak. If it can't be fixed, what are we supposed to do? The conclusion was pretty heavy.
It was. It says this isn't a problem to fix because any solution would require a shared trust that just isn't there anymore. We're not builders right now. We're more like witnesses.
We're just watching a structural shift. But it did have one final call to action. And it wasn't about protesting or voting.
No, it was much smaller and, honestly, much harder. It said the real move now is to pause before you participate.
That line really stuck with me.
It's about recognition, I think. Before you just rush to support something or get angry or even just do your job. Stop. Just for a second.
And ask yourself,
Yeah.
am I doing this because I actually believe in it?
Or am I just lending my energy to a hollow structure out of habit in a world that's screaming at you to pick a side? Maybe the most powerful thing you can do is just stay quiet for a minute.
And decide what you're actually willing to carry.